right, here we are for round 3. Yeah, I'll play first. All right. I'm pretty eager to keep this hand. It has potential, and it doesn't have some of our crap artifacts, so I think it's a keeper. Plus, we're going to get 2 free scries. Who doesn't want 2 free scries? Our opponent gets them too, but that's all right. I kind of don't want that guy. I also don't want lands, but that's not really what I'm looking for here. Like, we're almost to Serpent mana. So I think that guy's just not welcome in my party. Green decks, a 3/2 is not likely to attack through very well. Like, they can play a 2/3 right here that would just trade for it. Oh, blue-green. Well, that might have changed things a bit. It looks pretty good against this, doesn't it? That's the danger of scrying early. Cranes would have been good in our deck. Looks like they whiffed on it. Alright, we hit a land anyway. Alright, how bold are you? Because I'm snap attacking. No fear. It's actually really good because it means that we can set them up for a position where we can get some value out of this Furious Reprisal. Theorist, I kind of don't want that either. I guess that buys me a lot of time to find what I'm looking for, but I'd rather just draw the powerful cards. I realize I'm scrying action to the bottom and probably just going to flood out from here, but like the whole point of the deck was get a Gearseeker Serpent in play. There's 3 of them in the deck. If I can get one of those guys, we're in business. If not, well, that kind of sucks. Oh, okay. So Puzzle Knot's fine. Don't want that. I think I'm pretty happy with the Cruiser. I'd rather have had it this turn, but I'll take a Cruiser. I'd like to be able to swing free with it. It's probably too good a target for me not to Furious Reprisal this turn. Yeah, it is. If I swing in with both here, they're incentivized to block here. And it gets really bad for me if they have the return a tap creature to play, but I don't think a lot of people play that. And I want to get this Furious Reprisal off, get the board clear. Like if they just snap take that, then we turn this instead of into a 2-for-1 into a 2-for-2, but it's a 2-for-2 that gets rid of one of their mana sources. Oh, I think you're going to regret that attack. I really do. Roar! Don't want to malfunction a Cobra and try to kill them with this Cruiser. So if I do that, we hit them for 5 this turn, and then they've got to hold back both of these. And I can even put the Torch Gauntlet on it and trade it for both of those. I could do that this turn too if I wanted to. I kind of like trading it off, getting the Torch Gauntlet in play, and then popping this for some scrying. It's a question of whether we think we can close the game fast enough. Because like if they just go land Pima Outrider, we're probably in a good bit of kind of a world of hurt. If I'm thinking I like that line, let's scry first That does turn off the malfunction line, but it at least lets me know what's coming. Because if I've got good stuff coming, then we can do that. Otherwise, maybe we want to pass. Because they're going to have to keep green up for the rest of the game. If I've got like a control magic coming, then I don't mind spewing off the malfunction. We can just do it next turn. If I've got a Gear Seeker Serpent coming, maybe I don't want to trade off my artifacts. These are all possibilities, yeah. I'm really thinking about that. All right, the Fireforger's Puzzle Knot makes me not want to trade off with this. That really makes me not want to trade off with that because it's just such great value to just play it and ploop it. So I think we'll put this on top and then the Puzzle Knot on top. And I'll go ahead and get my Torch Gauntlets going and pass. Like, yes, we take potentially a hit from this guy, but I don't think that's what's winning the game currently. They also can't really attack with it if we're just sitting here on activating this dude. Like, we can Puzzle Knot and Malfunction next turn to just make sure this gets through, if that's the direction we want to go. Which I believe there's a very strong possibility that it is. I guess the only concern is that potentially they answer the construct and we can't crew the cruiser next turn. But again, I'll take my medicine there if that's what they've got. They may not be able to play much else, being kind of land stuck. All right. What have we got here? It's not a slam land, which is probably good, or they're just playing particularly slow, which is possible. I can't complain too much. We're about even on time. I also tend to play much slower in new formats and when I'm explaining my plays. Like recording draft videos and or streaming will make you play slower. It will also make you play better because you have to justify everything that you're doing. And there's times where you just don't want to stop and do the math, and you need to. I think that's one of the biggest lessons I've learned with Magic over, gosh, it's been almost a year now of full-time streaming and Magic content production, is that those uncomfortable moments where you're like, oh God, I don't want to think through this play all the way. I just want to win the game or lose the game or whatever. If you just do that math or think those thoughts and run through all of it, you will get better at this game over time. And like, every time you think through a complicated board state, it gets a little easier to evaluate the next complicated board state you bump into. I think our opponent's kind of stuck holding up for the Cobra. Oh, that is bold. Okay. That means they don't have an instant. No? Okay. Well, you got me. I'm a coward. I'm 100% a coward. No, I still want my thingy. Blurp. So I can hit for 7 or I can malfunction something. And I know I'm casting the Serpent next turn. Now it's 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. So it's just 3 mana for that next turn. I think that means I can afford to hit for 7. And this guy may want to attack next turn since the Serpent can crew the thing with the stuff. Oh, it's a Prism. That's bold. So I can't malfunction and do this. I do have 1 damage on a stick. Seven. I don't see how they get out of this if I just move the thing on here again. So what are they going to do? Double block it and not take the 5 and then take the 4 here? That seems kind of fine to me. They're dead to this guy next turn anyway. All right, show me something. Show me what you got. All right, so that leaves them taking 2. They're trading off constructs. Yeah, okay. This is already lethal, so I don't need to move it. I think I'll just hold up my puzzle knot and see what they got over there. Malfunction on this guy? Okay. It's not great. It means we need to draw a dude. But worst case scenario, we can malfunction their dude, and they're also putting themselves dead to us drawing any dude. That's not a dude. Does that mean I need to malfunction this? I don't think so. Because they got 5 cards in their hand we need to grind through. Like nearly any creature I draw at this point is going to be good. We've also got the control magic. If they start swinging with it, then that means they've drawn something else that can block, and I've still got the draw a creature, cheap creature, mind you, malfunction their dude and kill them. What exactly is a puzzle knot? Is it something that the artificers are supposed to like figure out? I'm not sure. Not sure. Avatar still bothers me that I can't see a Johnny's face. Like, just move the life total down a little bit or move the cat head up a little bit. Like, let me see. We know who it is, but like his face is right behind your life total. I don't like it. You know who else doesn't like it? The quiet fat cat. I thought he was going to squeak. He doesn't always squeak on command. But sometimes he do. He's a good kitty. I guess we're looking for like another dude. Like I said, just about any creature gets the job done. Even the lowly 1/2s that we've got, like we can suit up them with the torch gauntlets and crew this, which is kind of awful. Like you don't want to have 2 cards you've got to use in conjunction to activate your good card. But if that's what you got to do, that's what you got to do. Apologize if this seems a little choppy. My opponent is taking their time on their plays, which is fine. They could be double queued or just thinking through it. Either way, I'm trying to pause it when there's not like action happening. I think now I'm probably supposed to malfunction that. Because again, I want to be able to draw a creature and trample over them, and that's enough toughness that I think I care about it. There's still a small argument not to. So what could I draw and not be able to cast? Because like one of these would cost 7, 6, 5, 4. So I could still cast another Serpent and Malfunction. I'll hold it one more turn. Like they can get an attack in this turn. I doubt it'll be a lethal attack. And if they cast something bigger, I may want to interact with it. Alright, so I can make them block with this guy, I think. Let's see. We cast this. I can crew this. I may not even need to, though, to be fair. Like, it's already lethal. But if I send this in and they block, what block would they have? Here and here is like the most obvious one. I'm trying to decide if we malfunction this dude and send it in. What happens if that happens? I'm trading it for the P-foul. Like the reason I'm considering this is because the Serpent's already a must answer. It will kill them next turn if they can't deal with it, right? So why not trade this off for some of their dudes so that if they do answer it, we've got even more time. And I think I like that. If I give it the 7, then I've got 7 against 8, 9, 10, 11. But it is enough to trade for both of these potentially. I think I'm in. Like this is going to clear some of their stuff off the board, meaning that if they need to swing back, it's a little worse for them. If we only kill one of them, I'd like it to be this guy. No, they're just going to trade both of those. That's fine. They do get to draw a card this way because they're taking out the cruiser. But again, I'm not convinced it's going to matter. Because I think the board presence is what matters now. We'll see, though. Okay. It's like you have to deal with this right now or I win. And if you do, I think I'm okay with them drawing extra cards as long as I'm not dying. It was risky, I suppose, but it's like maybe I'm supposed to be patient. I'm not sure. That was certainly an interesting one. So their artifacts don't seem great. They seem okay. It looks like they're trying to do a lot of damage on the ground. Pardon me. Didn't mean to sneeze on you there. Aradara Express can be good against those decks. Let's also remember they were mana screwed for most of that game, and we still had a game of it. I guess we were flooded, so we did try to like get there fast enough. I'm not sold on the Fireforger's Puzzle Knot. We got value out of it there, but like Pyrohelix kind of does the same thing. I don't want a Nerd Ape if they're playing a bunch of 1/4s and 2/4s. I may not even want the Thieving Grubs. It doesn't really fit the plan either. I could take that out for another Malfunction. Like, we want to be able to kill that legendary dude too, and I really can't do that currently. Maybe the Mastodon is just what I want. It's probably either that or the Aradara Express. This guy's pretty bad too. Yeah, on the draw, he's a little less likely to do something. I'll play the Macedon, so we're not looking to power this out. Because like this guy could still get an attack in and maybe get fed some energy from a Theorist too to get big enough. He can carry a Torch Gauntlet, but just having a big thing that can attack in is probably good too, especially on the draw. I think a Prophetic Prism would have gone a long way in our deck. I'll take this hand. If they're getting aggressive, we can get our Theorist going. If they're not, we can, you know, not. Okay. I see you have a theory. Like, ideally, we would be able to play... All right, so let's do the math on this again. This gets me 3 mana this turn, and then next turn I can play out the Torch Gauntlet and a land and have 6, which is still not enough. So I can take a turn off and cast our own Theorist. Prism's a little better than our Puzzle Knot, but such is life. I think we definitely want to Puzzle Knot here. That gets us the most value out of the Theorist Scries, because we can, like, potentially derp 2 of these. So Workshop Assistant could be interesting, but not right now. If I Eager Construct next turn, though, we can play the Gauntlets and the Construct, and then the turn after I've got enough mana for a Serpent. So I don't want that guy, I do want this guy. And we don't have to worry about scrying end of turn because we are already happy with our draw. No value scry, they kept their card on top. Alright, so maybe we want to malfunction that so we just don't have to deal with it. How far does that take me off? I'll have 6. So we're taking a turn off of the Serpent, but we're also not dying. I probably like not dying. I'm probably okay with that. Because I mean, I don't really have any other answers to that thing. Other than stealing it, but like, that's not in hand. We'd be committing to taking 8 damage from it to get our 5 power dude down, and I'm not sold that that's where I want to be. Okay, see, that is much less threatening. Now I can scry here. I don't need another one of them. Sparky! What's up, Sparky? So I can already cast this next turn. I may want to leave Sparks up. Let's see what we got coming next turn, and then we can kind of decide whether we want to do that or not. I'm kind of committing to using it. Yeah, I don't mind having a big thing so I can cast the Serpent and then casting this. So I'm down with that. I think I like leaving the Sparks up. There's potential for them to do something like a Hunt the Week. I'll take the hit from Home Slice here first. And they've got to give it flying for it to even do anything. But after combat, we're burning something. We've got 5 damage on a stick. We may as well use it. Huh, that's funny. They scryed with my dude and put a card on top and scryed again and put it back on top. Like, once you know what the top card is, you don't need to worry about that. Can't block fast enough. All right. Does that change my opinion? I think it does. I think it does. because I can play Torch Gauntlet and then kill this. Like, that was my plan. I was going to do that. But they beat me to it. All right, all right. Three plus 3 is 6. 3 plus 3 is 6. That's eventually going to be a problem. Darn it, another serpent? How am I dealing with that? Alright, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I won't have the double blue to cast this and that. I need another removal spell and I don't have one. I also shouldn't have done this here because now I'm just opening. They get a free attack in with a P-foul. Yeah, that was just dumb. I panicked. There's no reason for them not to peck for 2 here. Maybe I'm sneaking them into blocking or to making the attack so I could. I'm not. I'm just screwed up. Gearseeker Serpents are terrifying, and them getting theirs out first is really wrecking me. Yeah, I should not be taking this 2 points of damage. I just completely panicked. I can't even make mine unblockable yet. I guess I can now, but... Like, this is what we're doing now, I guess. I think I really screwed up. Like, I can kill in 3 hits. They can kill in less than 3 hits. And they've got 2 things they want to be sinking mana into, so maybe they're going to try attacking here. Like, try to fly over and make some stuff. Yep, that's their plan. I mean, I guess technically it's worth scrying, but unless I draw an answer to their serpent, I probably don't. I probably keep whatever I hit. Actually, yeah, I should not have done that scry because what I'm actually looking for is the energy steal spell. All right, if I attack with this, how big is their artifact creature first? Okay, they get an XX where it's equal to the artifacts they control. So that would be 1, 2, 3. They can make a 3/3. So if I attack with their with my serpent, what do their blocks look like? They either take it or chump it with the token. So if they fart out a 3/3 and then swing back at me with all of this and I chump that, I take 5. I don't think I have a choice but to go for it here. The choice is, do I attack and see if they want to chump? Because as soon as they decide to start firing this off, we're in serious trouble. But I think I like the attack first. They may be tempted to trade my serpent for theirs. And that effectively answers the serpent. Like, they could just make a 3/3 and like gang block this, right? Okay. I think what I have to do is establish enough of a board presence that they kind of have to interact with my serpents. I'm not scrying anymore because if I can steal one of their dudes, I think we're in business. I guess I could steal their biggest artifact guy for free. I'm still pretty sure if they fire off this, I'm dead. And that the 2 damage I gave them off of the peacock was just stupid. Yeah, they're just going to make it unblockable and kill me with it. Alright, can't block, won't block. I think we need to steal a dude card. And if we hit it, we might actually be able to do something. That may mean that now that I'm locked into trying to take this with it, we would actually want to use the Theorist to scry. I should have thought about that a little more before we just, went on with it. The 1 damage doesn't do particularly much here. I think I just swing out. They probably chump block this one and take 5. Then I guess I can cast the Mastodon, but that doesn't do a whole lot. I really would like to scry, get the energy, find my Steal Your Dude card, and solve this. But we're taking 7 next turn, which makes this lethal. Make this unblockable swing. They're just chumping. 15, 16. That's still not quite lethal. I need to sneak another 4 points of damage from somewhere, and I don't think I have it. All right, let's see what happens here. As suspected, they chomped. They chumped with both. Okay, that's interesting. That means I might still be able to get out of this, right? If I can steal this guy fast enough when they don't see it coming. Because we're taking 5, 6, 7 next turn. All right, I'm going to burn my scries looking for the Steal Your Dude card. We get a lot of scries to go try and find it. The only problem is I think we're still lethal to the P-Foul. And that's not going to work out particularly well for me. Party foul. If they let me chump, it will. I can win that game. Oh God, if they don't block, we can totally do this. Okay. Even with that on the board. I think. Yeah. All right. So we need to find a specific card. It's not either of these. That actually solves one of my problems. So if I take their serpent and swing with my two serpents. So I'm trying to see, so this guy can block that indefinitely. My serpents can block there. I can send here and maybe trade it for that guy. And I don't think they can activate. I think I'm actually okay with the Aviator. It doesn't let me play anything else, which I don't like. But I've got a block. I can already block this here. The activate hit me for 5. That may not do it. I may have to find the Steal Your Dude card. I think I have to find the Steal Your Dude card. Does another serpent matter? I swing with these two. They block, take 7. I play the other serpent. No, I'm just dead on board if I don't find it now. That's what happened when I made that last scry decision. This is like, do you want to be dead on board, Travis? If yes, here you go. All right. I think that was probably a mistake. Like, I might should have taken the other guy. I don't know. This is complicated. Board state, complicated set. Hell of a lot of fun that you've got to make decisions like this. I think as long as they play in such a manner that they get to keep their serpent, they probably win. Now, all they have to do is activate both their dudes and I lose. Yeah, and that 2 damage I took from the P-Foul by panicking when they cast a Gearseeker Serpent killed me. All right, the good news is I can play better than that. I think worse than beating yourself up for making a mistake is continuing to do it after it's happened. Now that I've seen more of their deck, I want the other Malfunction over the Reprisal. And I also don't think I really want the Pyrohelix. Like, I think I might prefer the Scrounger since we're going on the play, and just to maximize our artifact count. We're really cutting out our red here. All right, this can do a thing. It can get a lot of artifacts down quickly. And I get a scry so to make sure we hit lands or spells if that's what we need. I got to play quickly here because I'm down on time now. So apologies, I may get a little less intense in my narrative. I'm also not going to bother trying to pause it while they're making their decisions because that just takes a little more time off of my clock. Interesting that we kind of bumped into the same deck. A Serpent Matters deck. Do you want a Gauntlet? It gets fine with this guy, but I don't think I have room in my curve for it. I'd rather get to a Serpent. Doesn't look like it was going to be a key player in this game, in this matchup anyway. Yes, we'll use that one. Puzzle Knot. Not really into that either. Malfunction's good to have. I think we'd be happy making a trade since we're on the play. We're also relatively happy not making a trade. No, we've scryed a lot of non-lands to the bottom, so we should be able to hit a land here. So I think we don't want to malfunction that. I think instead we'll hit for our 2 because the Aviator just handles that so well. And I may scry Upkeep to hit a land. Like, they can't even attack with this dude now. We just are happy to block. But if I can land the aviator next turn, I think we're super happy. I think. We will see. Yes. We will see. Just hope this doesn't get down to an F6 war. That's it. I'm going to F6 here. I actually don't have anything. Yeah, we'll go with the scry. Yeah, it's exactly what we wanted. So they are currently not drawing cards. I think it's going to be a while before they are. And we'll have the Mastodon for beats here in a minute. Kind of just want to dodge a Serpent. They can't cast it this turn, but they could next turn. I've got a Malfunction for the first one that comes down. Serpent would be a good draw for us, obviously. That's not, but I'll take this guy and start bringing the beats with him. I think we still go for scries now to see if we can find our own Serpent. All right, that probably gets malfunctioned. Unless they make servos, then I don't care. No, okay, it's going to get malfunctioned. Which leaves us less outs to their Serpent, but again, we should be able to, I think we can find ours before they can find theirs with us scrying. They're very incentivized to trade off with this, but also kind of not. This is weird. It was a weird game. I like it. I like it when it gets weird. We've managed to catch up on time, so I'm going to make sure that that advantage stays with us. Mountain, no. That is not what we want. I mean, we do want an extra land after we hit the Serpent, but we definitely want to hit the Serpent first. Okay, you got to go. And damage got to get brought. If they want to trade Padim and their flyer for it, we're in. Malfunction on my guy, sure. I missed my scry there, but I think it'll be all right because we're going to draw the Serpent anyway. So it currently costs 2. So let's play it. I don't think I want to give them a scry here, but there's no point not having this guy in play. It can technically attack in, but now we're just scrying looking for land. Shrewd negotiation, you say? Holy crap, that's terrible for us. I was not expecting that. I wonder if I can swarm them in time. Or find my other malfunction. our win condition just became our opponent's win condition. All right, let's math this out if we swing team. 1, 2, 3 blocks. 1, 2, 3 big things blocked. We get through for 1, 2, 3 points of damage. That ain't gonna do it. We need to scry. Yeah, I want to use that ability. Fireweaver? No. We need the other malfunction, and we need it fast. Although I guess the good news is they can't really attack with the Serpent. Well, they can, but I don't think they can do it fast enough to close out a game. They gotta have something to back this up, right? No? Okay. Huh. All right, here we are. It's not a happy place, but we can still interact with that. Can't interact with the second one. Cruiser ain't gonna get it done here. It can block and put us into the F6 contest. But they can kind of start swinging with one of those now. So I need malfunction now. All right, so if I swing team, block, 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 I'm not getting in enough damage. I've got one more turn to find malfunction, so we may as well think this through because we're not winning on time. So if I swing with this and everything else, they block it, they block this, they eat this guy and take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is almost enough damage to be relevant. I'm very dead on the crackback though because I won't have any blockers. Yeah, I think that means I can't actually pull this off. I gotta force some damage though, right? So I just swing with both. I chump one. Yeah, I've got to force some damage here. I don't think is going to end well for me because I don't quite have time to do all of the math. But I think this attack is reasonable, so I can chump with this and get an artifact back, which would presumably be this, and chump with this guy. They can't make both unblockable. I can make one, so we're taking 5, chump, chump, 6. This doesn't look good, but it might be doable. I did take out a lot of my burn. Malfunction no longer does it. Interesting, they're giving me a scry. Mountain certainly doesn't do it. Island doesn't either. So we swing team here. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4 blockers. 1, 2, 3, 4 blocked. They take 4. I guess that means we wait one more turn. I can attack with both of the workshop assistants because they're not going to kill those. And I'd love to get back my haste guy. Yeah, they don't want to kill it, but they kind of have to. I'll just kind of skip through here. Malfunction might start to get us here. Oh, it just didn't matter. Just didn't matter. Well, I guess what we've learned is don't panic when your opponent plays a card that you're particularly worried about, because that 2 points of damage really mattered in game one. And I think the second thing that we've learned is that Gearseeker Serpent is a beast. That game absolutely came down to who was able to stick a Gearseeker Serpent and keep it in play. So that is a real card. Almost got us to a 3-0. Almost. That would not be my first 3-0 in the draft, but it would be my first 3-0 since the release drafts. Anyway, we're going to call it here. I'm sorry that one was super long, but thanks for tuning in. We'll see you here next week, and I'll be looking for you on the stream too. It's twitch.tv/Simulan. So thanks, folks, and have a good one.